It is Sunday night, and you know what that means. It's the Sunday Night League, and we are here for another one-off endurance event. This time, it is the Nurburgring 24 hours. But we are not here for 24 hours. We are only here for 90 minutes, or 2 hours, as we are running a half-hour qualifying session before the race starts to determine the grid for this special event. Now, this event is a little bit different to the GTE Championship. If you've watched that the previous few weeks here at SNL, we have got the Group 2 Super GT cars involved in this event, and we have got 10 of those on the grid. So we've got 10 drivers driving the Group 2. So that means we've got Lexus, Hyundai, and Honda represented in the 2016 category. And I can run you through the grid for those Group 2s. So we have got MFT Silent Wolf in the Lexus, Fred Dude in the Nissan, ESRM Chris Boo in the Honda, ESRM Jonovan in the Nissan, Daz is in the Nissan. We have got the return of AXR Groot in the Nissan. We have got CRL Exion, who is in the Honda. Cool Dude Boy is in the Nissan, and Bunnies is in the Honda, and we are being joined by Illusion as well in this category. He's replacing Salek, who unfortunately can't make it this evening, and Illusion is in a Lexus. So we've got a good spread of cars. We've got 3 Hondas, 2 Lexi, and the rest are all Nissans. In the Group 3 category, we have got Pat in the Mercedes, Salek unfortunately unable to make it, CRL DeWill in the Nissan Skyline, Specmere in the VW Beetle, Yokas in the Hyundai Genesis, and MFT Speed Hunter in the Subaru. So MFT Speed Hunter and Specmere are making their debuts. Specmere was there for GTE on the final round, but unable to compete in the race due to connection issues. And we've got the return of quite a few familiar faces as well after Le Mans. So just checking to see if I've got all 14 people in the race. 13 people in the race. So I can see everybody on track, which is fantastic to see. So we've got everybody there. So we've got no connection issues. We're just waiting for Bunnies, who's running a little bit late. And we don't seem to have Jonovan either. Hi guys. Hashtag Fast Guy. So Fast Guy's in the chat. Fast Guy, come back. We miss you here at the Sunday Night League. Come back. Join us. We've not seen you for a long time, since winning the Porsche Cups. Final season. Endurance Nut is there. Evening All says Endurance Nut. He will be looking out. He's a team boss in our GTE Championship, which will be starting in a couple of weeks for season number 3. We have the driver auction coming very soon here at SNL. There's still time to sign up for that whilst you are waiting and watching this. Bunnies has just entered the room. So Bunny's just entering the room and getting himself sorted out and set up. We are about a minute away from qualifying here at the Nürburgring. This is the 24-hour layout, so we've got the Grand Prix circuit and the Nordschleife connected together. Fast Guy saying, yeah, a bit busy these days. Oh, come back, don't be busy. Join us here at the Sunday Night League. You've been missed. Oh, Jonovan has made an appearance. So Jonovan has also entered the room. Let's see if I can see everybody still. I think I can see Bunnies. There he is. Bunnies in his traditional Alfa Romeo livery, despite not driving an Alfa Romeo. So Jonovan is there, but we are going to start the qualifying session. We have half an hour of qualifying starting. So, qualifying starts now. So, drivers are allowed on track and will be going around. Hopefully, they can sort this out. Wolfbane did a damn good job with settings here. Got a lot of good cars. good strategies here. Wish I could have raced, but too busy packing to go home tomorrow. Pat in the chat as well. Hello. Could well feel longer than 90 minutes this race. It is going to be a challenge for everybody involved. So I've got everybody on track as well, which is fantastic to see. So we've got Daz going out. We won't go on board for the first lap because it is a pretty long route. But you can see Daz there in the Nissan. It's the last race we'll see Daz for a while. He's concentrating on another league. Boo hiss. It's a Thursday night race, I believe. I don't know, actually. So he's concentrating on that. Won't be joining us for GTE, which, after his season in the Alfa Romeo, I hope he'll be enjoying his time in the Nissan, because he has won here at the Nurburgring before. He was the winner here the last time we were at the Nurburgring in Super Formula with the Formula X. Here is Groot, AXR Groot, who came second in his stint at Le Mans, so we haven't seen Groot since Le Mans. So he is getting through the final sectors of the Grand Prix circuit as they then approach onto the Nordschleife. So Silent Wolf has joined us. Oh, a little bit of bumping and grinding happening there from Groot. Groot's having a bit of an issue. Something happened there, don't know what. There is Illusion, also part of the AXR team. So Illusion coming in very last minute for this. Chris Boo in the Honda, very unpopular car in the Group 2 series, but it's a car I've got a soft spot for. It's a car I've raced a lot on GT Sport. So let's see what Chris Boo can do. He is returning to GTE. We've got Bunnies also in the Honda. So this mid-engined car is going to be pretty tricky based on how the mid-engine cars perform on GT7. We've got Fred Dude just behind him, just getting held up a little bit. Fred Dude. Oh, we've then got, that was Chris Boo, slightly backwards. I think, yes. So Bunny's just letting past Fred Dude. Then we've got De Will in the Nissan Skyline. So this is the 1984 Skyline Silhouette. It's looking fairly pacey down the straights. It's keeping up with the GT2 cars. Through there, as we've got Cool Dude Boy having to get past him in the Group 2. So there's about a 20-second gap between these cars, maybe a little bit longer. But there is De Will in 9th. Jonovan making his way through the field as well. He's the last Group 2 car, I think, on track. Jokas in his Hyundai, so back in the Hyundai after a successful season in GT Championship, winning that series with the team of Matt Psycho and Gazman. So back in a car he knows very well. Specmir making his debut at the Sunday Night League. Driving through. We've got Speed Hunter in 13th, making his debut as well. What a race to make your debut at the Sunday Night League. He's looking very quick in the Subaru. Very quick car in Season 1 of the GTE Championship. And then we have Pat in the Mercedes. A Formula 1 based livery for him. Very nice. Oh, Exion having a few slides. He's actually our last driver on track. He's in a GT2 car. He's on medium tyres. So interesting to see that as the drivers go through. So medium tyres, hards for Silent Wolf. Mediums for Groot and Illusion and Fred Dude. But hards for Bunnies. Cool Dude Boy, Chris Boo, De Will, Jonovan. Jokas is on mediums. Specmir is on hards. Softs though for Speed Hunter. Pat is also on the softs. Hexion is on mediums. So we'll just go through the lap. We're at the top end of the circuit, so we're at the flat out section now. Quick left right through Bravery Corner goes Daz, heading towards the first carousel of these right-handers. This tight right-hander, all of a sudden you have to put the brakes on after being on the accelerator for so long. It's a bit of a surprise. You have to keep awake, but Daz has managed to do so. He's still on his outlap. That's how long this circuit is. It's about 8 minutes in these Group 2 cars. Just underneath, using the carousel very nicely there, Daz. Silent Wolf sliding a bit coming out of the carousel. So we'll see what the connections are like for people. Bouncing a little bit as he goes through the top end of the circuit. This is a very fast section in these Group 2 cars. These Super GT cars really are designed for top end performance. Fantastic cars. It's be great to see updates on these cars. You see some of the DTM old cars as well, now that they're no longer in commission. The bigger Group 2 parade of cars. Illusion there in 4th on the road, just using a bit of the grass, showing you how hard it is actually to have a clean lap around this circuit. He's got Fred Dude actually chasing down behind him. Fred Dude was Illusion's teammate at Le Mans. The drivers, yes, so the drivers were talking about wide wings on these Group 2 cars. Cool Dude Boy has not got a wide wing on. You can see the difference between his Nissan and the Nissan of Fred Dude. Look how wide Fred Dude's wing is. You can see it from the overhead shot, and then we can see, hopefully we'll get a above view of Cool Dude Boy, how narrow that wing is in comparison to Fred Dude. So very interesting to see that, what the drivers of Illusion and Fred Dude driving through. Let's just see if we've got anybody else in the shorter wings. Yes, Daz has got a shorter wing. There you can see Daz's wing is narrower than the wide wing. The wide wings don't make any difference when BOP is enabled. They do increase the downforce when BOP isn't enabled, says Wolfway. Yeah, so no difference made at all then by these. Daz not having the best of exits as Silent Wolf overtakes him, going down the home straight. Groot coming into the pits on his medium tyres, so he's going to go onto some soft, I believe, to do a qualifying lap. Now it is a rolling start here at the Nurburgring. It's tight left-right corner. Daz getting held up a little bit actually by Silent Wolf as they go down towards the left and then the right-hander. The weather is enabled, so we will have wet weather on this circuit. And you can see the Lexus also has got the narrow wing as well on Silent Wolf. There is Groot, he's got the wider wing. So he's gone onto the softs. Illusion has got a pit lane penalty. Those were turned off. Seeing that they are turned off. Fred Dude is in 5th place. On the road, so going down towards the Schumacher S. On board with the Nissan driver. The Belgian driver following Illusion. Lifting slightly. The Schumacher S. We've got the Cool Dude Boy in 6th on the road. And then we'll get to front of the Group 2 pack. So De Will looking very much on his own, and 8:38 for him in the skyline. Now this car isn't enabled on GT because it just is so much older than everything else. It just looks out of place with the more modern machinery. Please no Punterino, says De Will, so he's a fan of Jim Broadbent by the looks of it. Exion chasing down. He's on a quicker lap. He's in a quicker car than De Will. All backing off sensibly. Exion having a bit of a wobble through the Schumacher S. Speckmere making his debut at the Sunday Night League. This is his full race debut. He's in the Martini liveried BMW Beetle. for Nurburgring, this race isn't won, it is survived, and it will be a battle of survival here. There's nowhere for them to hide at this circuit, especially on the Nordschleife. There's the Group 2 cars you can see are sort of halfway around. Jokas going off on the GP circuit though and having a spin, so that's that qualifying lap ended, which is so frustrating on such a long lap as well. Pat there in his Mercedes, going down into turn number 1. Silent Wolf, the first car on the circuit. Let's go on board with him as we're going through the middle sector of the Nordschleife. These right-handers and left-handers, we're going towards a very tight hairpin very shortly. Curbs, they can be ridden, but you have to treat them with respect as we run a little bit wide. Silent Wolf keeps the foot in. Going to the left-hander here. Will he get the braking right out with dirt on his tyres? He does. Manages to slide it through. You can see that the Lexus is fighting him. It doesn't like the dirt on its tyres. So he has had a bit of a slide, fighting it all the way. Not having the best of qualifying laps. It's not the neatest, but he is ahead of Daz and pulling away from Daz as well. They cross the line more or less side by side going into these qualifying laps. So Silent Wolf is being a little bit quicker than Daz. Groot is on his out lap, so Groot has got the challenge here of keeping those soft tyres alive whilst also getting ready to do his qualifying laps. He's got to keep heat into them but keep them alive through this long track. So 7 minutes 49 for his last lap, so about halfway round the circuit. We've got Illusion there, he's got a 3-minute penalty, actually 3-second penalty should I say. So he is there in 4th on the road. Fred Dude also has done a stop, so they've all gone to soft tyres. So's Cool Dude Boy. Evening, says Mika. Good evening, Mika. Welcome to the Nurburgring. We are currently qualifying here. And we are about halfway through the session, I would say. Let's have a look. Yes, just 17 minutes into the session. 17 minutes left in the session, should I say. There is Jonovan in 8th. He's on hard, so he's on a qualifying lap. Brunnies has gone onto soft, so Brunnies is going for this. He's going for a soft tyre run. This is really making sure that you have full trust in your car. Exion is on the medium tyres, so if he has a poor lap this lap, he can then go and do another lap. Those on the soft tyres, those soft tyres may only be good for 1 lap. Maybe 2 if you really push it. There's DeWill. He is going on the soft tyres as well. So he's using that Nissan. It's just so many wings on the back of it. It'll be interesting to see how quick it can go when we go onto the main straight. There's a bit of a gap between him and Speckmere, but Speckmere is on the hards, and Speckmere is doing a qualifying lap. Speckmere will go on to pole position in the Group 3s with this time. Jokas has had another crash. There is Speed Hunter in the Subaru, part of the MFT crew. So we've got RM and we've got MFT represented here. The Sunday Night League is huge in Mauritius, with a lot of representation. Chris Boo seems to be, well, I call him the leader of ESRM, but I'm sure Fast Guy, if he's still there, will put me right if Chris Boo is the leader. He seems to be. There's Pat there in the Mercedes, Hamilton on the back. Is that Hamilton is in the musical, that logo, not Lewis Hamilton? Yes, I think so. Looking very nice though from Pat. Enjoying the challenge of this circuit. The Group 3s, there are 5 cars in the race, so the podium is wide open in that. We've got 10 cars in the Group 2s, and Silent Wolf is going to set a 7 minute 35 for Silent Wolf, so he's set an incredibly quick time there to go 3.2 seconds above Daz. So good time by Silent Wolf on the hard tyres as well, so 7:35. Looking strong for the man from Mauritius. He nearly won Season 1 of the GTE Championship. He lost out by 2 points to Matt Psycho. He's back for GTE Season 3. So he'll be trying to challenge Matt Psycho for that title. Let's see, Groot has started his qualifying lap. He'll be coming towards a split point. Actually, he's probably just past it. So we'll watch Fred Dude come through turn 1 and turn 2 in his AXR machine. Pushing hard. He's overtaken Illusion actually on his outlap. And he's 2 tenths up on Silent Wolf. Illusion just missed it. Let's watch what Cool Do Boy can do. What is his sector time? He's quicker as well, so we've got some very quick drivers coming through the field now to challenge Silent Wolf for that pole position time as it stands. Silent Wolf on pole with 7:35.484. So Bunny's got that tiny little rear wing again. On this car, it's a brand new option on GT7. The teeny weeny wings and the big wide ones. The teeny ones look a little bit odd. So Bunny's not setting purples. DeWill is going down that back straight, so he's hitting 170 miles an hour. In comparison to Speckmere, who's hitting 162. So Speckmere will be hoping that his car is quicker through the corners than DeWill's, because that is a huge... He's hitting 1878 nearly. Is DeWill. That car is a rocket. I suspect it is DeWill's to lose then, with that sort of time. So Yokas and Speed Hunter. Speed Hunter using the toe of Yokas, so we'll see Speed Hunter go towards the end of his lap, see if he can challenge DeWill for that pole position in the Group 3 category. He's on the soft tyres, so this tyre will be a lot better. Going through the kink, 172. So actually, Subaru's looking pretty quick as well. So Speed Hunter, also from Mauritius, the MFT crew. He is signed up for GTE, so there'll be a few interested parties watching this. As they watch him, he's a little bit slow. No, he's quicker than DeWill, I think. Is he? Yes. No, DeWill hasn't set a qualifying time. That's why. That is why. There we go. So Silent Wolf currently on pole as it stands, but we know how long the lap is. He's on hard tyres. Getting through this a lot quicker. It definitely looks quicker than his first lap. Daz in second as it stands. He's got 8-second gap to him and Chris Boo. So Chris Boo possibly made a mistake on his lap. He's on hard tyres. Exion in fourth. And Yonovan in fifth, who's going quicker on his lap. And Speed Hunter in sixth in the top Group 3 car. Let's just have a look, see how long we've got. So we've just got over 10 minutes left of this qualifying session. So they've possibly only got one more lap after this, if they can squeeze it in, depending on where they are. Well, this actually might be their final chance. This might be their final chance, so it really has to count. If you are on your hot lap, so we're on board with Groot, the AXR driver. I'll just run a little bit wide, going into this tricky right-hander. It's not a personal favourite, however. And we're going through two fast sections, so let's go on board with Fred Dude. He's coming towards that right-hander as well. He brakes. Gets it a bit nicer. Into the corner, hits the apex. Here we go with Illusion. What does he do here? On the apex again. Very nicely done. Cool Dude Boy. bit slower, I think. But he's not far away, is he? From Illusion, we might be able to see him in the background. Not quite. There he is. Oh, Bunnies was setting purple times, but he's had an error. He's hit the front of his car. So he is in 14th. He needs to get a good clean lap. He could be starting further down the field if he's not careful. So there is DeWill going through the left handle and then the right and then the onboard. We can say hello to the Revelry. Oh, this is a very strange angle. Maybe we won't say hello to the Revelry because we're just looking at DeWill here. Can we move the camera? No, we can't. You can see a nice picture of old DeWill in his lovely yellow outfit and his yellow helmet to match his yellow car. Very nice. I love it when they all match. Helmets as well. If anybody wants a helmet, get in touch with me. I'm quite good at helmets. I think, maybe. I used to be. I don't know if I am anymore. It's been a long time. I used to be quite good at driving as well, but I've not driven for a long time. Well, anyway, that's enough of me. But Silent Wolf, setting purple sectors, has gone through the carousel. So he's going quicker than he has gone before as well. Let's have a look further down the field, because Groot will be coming through to that section, I'm sure, very soon. He's going quicker. He's nearly 9/10 of a second quicker. Fred Dude has just set a time going through there. Cool Dude Boy catching up Illusion. Illusion has told me he's had very little practice. So he's running on a guest setup, really. This guy's looking pretty nice. Nice bit of red and white, although he's got Cool Dude Boy all the way behind him. Now we're going to go on board with Cool Dude Boy to go towards the second carousel. Now, Cool Dude Boy could be in a very good position here. Pat is in the chat. Pat's in the chat? Pat is in the chat saying didn't do my tyres a favour after that first time lap, so I'm trying out the mediums. Oh, Cool Dude Boys, 3.1 seconds up on Silent Wolf, who has gone and done a 1:31.2. Hello all, what did I miss so far? Not too much, Rob. We are still doing the qualifying session. We are about 5 minutes away from the race though, as Groot puts himself up into second place, just 3 seconds behind. Cool Dude Boy has done a 7:23.8. So Fred Dude has just blown the field away with that lap. And he slides down into turn 1 with Groot. Cool Dude Boy goes into second place for Nissan. So the AXR drivers into turn 1. Illusion, I think, may be thinking of doing the same, as they know they haven't got much left. So they're all sat in turn 1. Daz is still going round. So Daz has made an error on this lap. He's a long way down on his best time. Chris Boo coming round. He's made an error, so this is a slower lap for him. Exion is driving slowly down the main straight. Yonovan is in 9th, coming to complete his lap. He's gone slow, so he's made a mistake. Speed Hunter's going slowly down the straight as well. Pat in 11th, he's on an out lap still. Specmere coming towards the end of his lap. Oh no, Speed Hunter's left the room. Hopefully he can get back into the room before the race starts and he can get back into his qualifying position. So here's Specmere in the Group 3 Beetle. He's 2.9 seconds up on his best time. He needs to find 4 seconds though to get to Pat. And Yokas is half a minute down on Specmere. Where is DeWill? Here is DeWill. So he's in the Group 3. He's got the car stopped on the left-hand side. So So we've got just over 4 minutes. So people are just stopping on the track now because they know they cannot go any quicker. But qualifying will still run for the half hour, as we have cars either wanting to practice certain sectors, keep their eye in, or sort their setups up. So where does DeWill go in terms of the Group 3s? He puts it into pole position for the Group 3s. Pat was actually on pole. It's 20 seconds down though. Speckmere there. So DeWill puts it on pole. He's only 11 seconds behind Bunnies. We've got some burnouts happening into turn 1 now. That is Illusion, just playing around. Oh, Yonavan, I don't know what Yonavan is doing. So quite a few drivers are deciding they are going to stay there. So what can Speed Hunter do? He needs to get out onto the circuit though to make sure his lap time is valid. So as it looks, we have got just over 3 minutes left of the session to go. Some of the drivers are in turn 1, just parked up. So Fred Dude is on pole in the Group 2s with Cool Dude Boy in 2nd place and Silent Wolf in 3rd. He's still going round though, making sure he knows what to do with these hard tyres. We've got Groot in 4th. In 5th is Illusion. In 6th is Daz. 7th place is Chris Boo, who's going round on his Honda as well. He's setting consistent times, just trying to make sure he irons out some of those mistakes that we've seen some drivers make. Exion is in 8th place on the grid. 9th is Yonavan. And 10th is Bunnies. So Bunnies not having the cleanest of qualifying sessions. So Bunnies down in 10th. 11th is DeWill. Speckmere 12th. 13th is Pat. 14th is Yokas. Speed Hunter needs to enter the track though. I'll talk to him. He has gone to the track. So Speckmere coming out. So let's see where he jumps to then. Where does that go in terms of the Group 2s? So that puts him... Oh, that's weird. So it's put Group 4th. And Speckmere is... Sorry, Speed Hunter is in 2nd place then to DeWill. So DeWill on pole in the Group 2s. Speed Hunter in 2nd. Speckmere 3rd. 4th is Pat. And 5th is Yokas. So Fred Dude on pole position for the Nurburgring 24. What we'll do, we've got 1 minute left of the session. We've got drivers just using the time to practice. So let's have a look on board with Chris Boo in this Honda. See, he's at Bravery Corner. He is 2nd up on his best time at this point through the circuit. And then this is the right-hander going into the carousel. So we'll stay on board for the carousel. Chris Boo is back to GTE. Starts in 2 weeks' time. The first round is at Dragon Trail Gardens. Something a little bit different. Also, that circuit has got wet weather. Look at that difference though between Chris Boo and Exion. There's 8 tenths between the two of them. Daz coming down into turn 1, and there we go. The timer has stopped. We will get ready to start the race. The race will start in 10 seconds. 8. So it's probably not going to be 90 minutes. It's probably going to be a little bit less than 90. With the speeds that these drivers are doing in these Group 2 cars. So we've got Fred Dude on pole. Cool Do Boy in second. Third is Silent Wolf. Fourth, Groot. Illusion in fifth. Daz in sixth. Chris Boo in seventh. Eighth is Exion. Ninth is Jonovan. 10th is Bunnies. And on pole is DeWill, Speed Hunter, Specmere, Pat, Yokas, and Chris Boo has left the session as we've just about to start the race. Well, there's nothing I can do, and we're going to have this again where it just gives me all the options, and I think I'm Fred Dude. Well, what? It's just done that again. So we've got the start of the race, and Fred Dude leading from Cool Dude Boy, although there's a bit of a slide from him. He's got a good exit out of the chicane. Make sure everybody's got through the chicane cleanly. DeWill's got himself up into 8th place, because Groot is in 13th and Illusion is in 14th. What has happened there between the two AXR cars? They've had a bit of an issue. They've got to fight their way then through the Group 2s. Let's go on board with Groot. We can see what the speed difference is between these cars. If you are Speed Hunter, you probably let Groot through. No, he does not. Oh, yes, he does. So Illusion having to fight his way up as well. Got an issue with the connection, says Chris Boo. He's in the chat. Oh, just as the race was about to start. Groot, though, getting himself up into 8th. They're already 10 seconds down on the leader with their issues. So they probably had a coming together into turn 1. But at the front, it is Fred Dude Boy. Fred Dude ahead of Cool Dude Boy. So the dudes are leading this race here at the Nürburgring. Fred Dude is on the medium tyres, interestingly enough, as well. Cool Dude Boy in the hards, as is Silent Wolf. Daz has got himself up into 4th place. Bunny's up into 5th. Nice little move, actually. A cheeky move up into turn 1 of the Nordschleife for Bunnies. Very nicely done for him. Jonovan up into 6th place. So Jonovan had a good start, you could see. Exion in 7th has got Groot behind him. Groot having a little bit of a bounce. Whether that's part of the issue that happened into turn 1, we do not know. Illusion is in 9th, and DeWill is in 10th, leading the Group 3s, but he's got Speed Hunter in 11th, just behind him. I nearly said Silent Wolf because they are in the same group, the MFTs. We've got Yokas in 3rd, Specmere in 13th, and Pat has had a little bit of an issue, I think, because he's 6 seconds down on Specmere, but leading the race is Fred Dude on those medium tyres. Challenge of this circuit is finding your rhythm. Once you find it, it's staying in it. It is a very tricky race. It's very warm here in the UK as well, so we are very close to Fred Dude Boy, very close to Cool Dude Boy, and Silent Wolf is keeping them honest as well. 3 seconds just over, covering the top 3 on this first lap here at the Nürburgring. Thank you everybody that is watching the Sunday Night League. We are here every Sunday night. This is the Nürburgring, 24 hours. We are having a 90-minute race around the green hell. Full concentration needed in these Group 2 cars. It is a split category race with Group 2 cars, the Super GT class of 2016, and the Group 3s, which we usually see in GTE. And they are coming back in a couple of weeks' time on GTE with a brand new season, season number 3. Join us for that. Brand new cars, brand new drivers as well for the series if they get picked by the team bosses. And judging by some of the speeds that we've seen these drivers at, we definitely will be seeing some of them. Groot has got himself up into 6th place now. He's got Illusion following him. So they've got through Exion and Jonovan as they've got onto the green hell. They're losing time to the leader as they have to deal with the traffic. Chasing down Bunnies. Let's go on board with Groot. The fast kinks. capitalising on the Honda driver, little by little. And DeWill leading from Speed Hunter. He's got a 4-second lead now from Speed Hunter. He's got Yokas behind him. Speckmere is very close to Yokas. And Pat keeping pace with them as well, as the gap is not getting any bigger. But Fred Dude, is leading this race. He's just gone through the carousel for the first time. Now, it is expected that these Group 2 cars do not need to pit for this race. However, it's whether they can keep the tyres lasting long enough. That is the part of this endurance race. This is the challenge here. It's not a fuel race, it's a tyre race. Oh, we've got Silent Wolf all over the back of Cool Dubois. Let's go on board. This is incredibly fast in these Group 2 cars. The right-hander. Want to run wide on this exit. There's a gravel trap there, just in case you want to be in it. It's a left-hander, it's trickier than you think it is, because it always wants to pull you out wide, as it does with Silent Wolf, just to prove my point. Cool Dubois gets a little bit of respite. Daz chasing them down. You can see Silent Wolf just ahead of him. Daz on the medium tyres, Silent Wolf is on the hard, so Daz going aggressive early on in this race. It's a circuit he enjoys. He likes this track very much. Bunny's in 5th in the Honda. He's 5 seconds ahead of Illusion. He's 5 seconds ahead of Groot. So Groot's had another issue. Groot's off the circuit. Groot is off the circuit. Something's happening there. Having lots of issues as Groot's here tonight. Exion goes past. Exion in 7th. This is his second race with the Sunday Night League. He raced at Le Mans in the team endurance. We've got DeWill he's overtaken Jonovan. So Jonovan is going to have to be careful here, because he's got the leader of the Group 3s ahead of him. And he's in the faster car. So they're heading towards the carousel. If I was Jonovan, I would wait until the straight. We'll have us see then how quick this Nissan is in comparison to the newer Nissan. Oh, well, Jonovan's run wide, but so is DeWill. Oh, Jonovan nearly getting hit. He has hit. Speed Hunter has been hit by Jonovan, who went off in front of him. So Speed Hunter losing time and will be a sitting duck for Speckmere. Speckmere in the VW, in the Beetle. This is a game of survival. He's got the toe now for Speckmere, and Speed Hunter knows it. Let's see what the speed difference is. It's about 5 miles an hour difference between these two. Connection makes it look like he has gone into the side of the wall. So Speckmere putting the pressure on Speed Hunter. Let's go to the front though. Fred Dude has got a 5.5 second lead over Cool Dubois. Silent Wolf is 3 seconds off, with Daz 3 seconds behind. Bunny's 8 seconds, nearly 9. Illusion, Exion, Groot, and DeWill is still ahead of Jonovan by a second. But Speed Hunter has got the pressure of Speckmere behind him. Speckmere keeping it tidy. Both of these drivers making their debuts here in the Sunday Night League. Yokas just behind. Pat has had a very good end of his lap. He lost the time at the beginning, but he's closed up to those ahead of him. So Pat is looking very strong as it stands. But at the front, it is Fred Dude in the Nissan for the AXR for the racing team. Going through the S's at the beginning of the Nordschleife. Keeping it tidy is what is key. He's using those medium tyres well. Pulling out ever so slightly ahead of Cool Dubois. Cool Dubois also coming back to racing. He's driving in GTE, he's available. Promising campaign in Formula X, the final season in GT Sport, and he's having a great showing here at the Nordschleife in the Nissan. He's ahead of Silent Wolf on hard tyres. Silent Wolf also on hards in the Lexus. So we've got two Nissans ahead of a Lexus, a Nissan in the form of Daz in 4th place. Bunnies is in 5th in his Honda. 6th is Illusion. He's on medium tyres as well, so that is interesting to see. Illusion using those mediums. Root using the hards. So we're seeing some drivers use mediums, some driving on the hards. It's whether you can really keep those mediums competitive. If you can, then there may be the race tyre to be on. I would be very surprised to see anybody in this race put the softs on, unless they're going for a glory run of the fastest lap, in which case I'd still expect them to go onto the hards. Thank you everybody who's watching us here at Sunday Night League. Like, share and subscribe. We're here at the Nurburgring 24 hours for a 90-minute race in the Group 2 cars. You're watching Yonovan, currently in 9th place, last in the Group 2s. But we have got Group 3s also running, and you can see the Nissan Skyline Silhouette driving round De Will, looking very strong in this car. He's got a 13-second lead over Speckmere. He's then got Yokas and Speed Hunters dropped down to 13th place. So Speed Hunters had a little bit of a problem. And he's got Speckmere and Yokas ahead of him. Yokas sliding the Hyundai through the banking. The car he knows very well. It's one of his favourite cars from GT Sport, and also he was in the GT Championship and won the Team Championship with his teammate and champion Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho unable to attend tonight because he's on holiday. It is August. People are allowed to have holidays. Yokash looking a little bit slow though, out of the corners here. He's taking it a little bit too easy maybe. Speed Hunter trying to chase him down at this very strange angle. This passes us as well. The Nordschleife will be returning in GTE as well. It is the final round of the championship. So what a race to have as the final race is the Nordschleife in GTE. Some very nice circuits though on that calendar. We start at Dragon Trail Gardens, and then we go to Deep Forest. Watkins Glen. Deep Forest is the 3rd round. Then we have Autopolis Short, and then Nordschleife. It's a 5-round championship, as is becoming tradition actually in GTE. Time to sign up on the Discord if you want to join us for that. That is a Group 3 championship based with 3 drivers in each team, 5 teams of 3, making 15 on the grid. And we've had some fantastic battles, incredibly tight championships as well, with everything to play for in final races for both of the seasons that we have had. Cool dude, boy! Exciting to see him back racing more regularly for us in the Sunday Night League. Looking very good here at the Nordschleife. He's 8 seconds behind Fred Duke, but he's on the hard tyres, remember. So the hard tyres are going to be a big factor here. Got Silent Wolf in 3rd. You can see barely any wear on them. Yet the mediums have got the tips of redness, which are so crucial for tyre conservation. Daz there in 4th place. Bunnies is still in 5th, so you can see the progress of Illusion and Groot has slowed as they approach the top end of the Group 2 field. Bunny's a very strong driver. He is also signed up for GTE Season 3. Came 3rd in Season 1. Would have probably come in the top 2 or 3 last season as well, but had to miss a race because he went to watch the IndyCar. Drove for Nissan, swapped into a Honda. Of course, it is an Alfa Romeo looking Honda. For Bunnies, Illusion, he's returning. He won 3 races on the trot in Season 1, looked incredibly strong. Had to miss that first round, and that's really what cost him a chance at the championship. This season, he's looking to take it all. That cycle won 5 races in a row in Season 2. Illusion is looking to stop him. Fred Dude has just crossed the line with 7.26, a very quick lap time there by Fred Dude. Groot is in 7th place. He's had a poor start to this race, but he will know it's only early days. Anything can happen here at the Nordschleife, and he'll be pushing on regardless. Hopefully we'll see Groot one day racing in a series. GT sign-up is still available. We've got Exion in 8th place. Oh, so he put the brakes on halfway down the straight. Maybe that was the indicators. Jonovan in 9th, and De Will there in 10th. De Will got the 20-second lead in this race. 20 seconds behind Jonovan as well, so he's using the time. Having to concentrate though, you have to be careful around here. You cannot take anything for granted, because if you touch a curve at any point... Rob on drums saying that Kimi's NASCAR race is delayed by rain. That hasn't started yet. Oh, the rain hasn't started yet, or the race hasn't started yet, Rob. Rob on drums, one of our drivers in GTE as well. Got pole position in round number 1, so very quick, just didn't have the season he may have wanted in the last one. Pat has got himself up into 3rd place in the group of 3. He's overtaken Yokas and has got himself in 3rd. Looking good for Pat. He's going to be a team boss again in GTE. He had some good outings though for Hyundai. Should have been including him in the Roll of Honour for Hyundai. Yokas there. Then in 13th place, he's got Speed Hunter just behind him by 5 seconds, but up at the front is Fred Dude, leading this race in his Nissan. Medium tyres for him, looking good on fuel. Tyres are looking pretty good as well. He's got the rhythm. Let's go on board with the race leader then as we go towards the Rebel Tree. Say hello to the Rebel Tree. Where is it? I missed the Rebel Tree. Oh, jeez. Here we go. Oh, Fred. Cool Dude Boys missed it as well. Silent Wolf has missed it. Let's watch Daz. Daz is not quite there yet. Rebel Tree just missed it. There we go. So Daz in the 4th, with 25 seconds behind the race leader on those medium tyres as well. He's starting to see the wear on Daz's car as he goes through the banking. Corner we had a lot of controversy with in Formula X in Season 4. So the race leaders went off. Billy's in 5th, running on his own. It's quite a quiet race really. It's a silent race really. You can call a race around the Nordschleife silent, but is it me or is it getting darker? It does look more shadowed. I don't want to panic anybody. There's a yellow flag though, because Daz has gone off. Daz has gone off, and the left-hander has just been run over by Daz. So he's trying to get back on the circuit. He's got damage at the front and he's got engine problems as well. Oh no, the car is absolutely hating Daz right now. Group coming through. Will we see Daz ahead of us? The yellow flags are still waving because Daz is pointing the wrong way. Daz is just not having any luck as it stands. That is what happened here though at the Nordschleife. He should get himself out ahead. Yes, he does. He gets himself out ahead of Exion. But he's lost so much time. He was running in 4th place. He's now down in 7th. The car damaged critically. And he lost... There you go. He lost 40 seconds in comparison to Exion, who was 55 seconds behind Daz. He's now 14 seconds behind Daz. So Daz had a big moment there. De Will going quickly. So his 8:14.9 in... Oh, Cool Dude Boy has taken the lead from Fred Dude. Fred Dude has lost the lead here at the Nordschleife. Cool Dude Boy taking the lead. So Fred Dude must have made a mistake. The gap between them was about 8 seconds. But Cool Dude Boy now leads in his Nissan to Fred Dude in his Nissan. And the gap between the top three now is again back at 4 seconds. Daz will be kicking himself. He was in this battle. He was about 4 seconds behind Silent Wolf. Fred Dude is driving angry. We go on board with the Belgian. He has made a mistake. It's lost him 11 seconds in comparison to his fastest lap. Look through the left, right. It's incredibly fast. This sector is one of the best flowing sectors on the circuit. Go down the left-hander, down towards the double right-handed apex. To keep it tight. And this right-hander, as I said before, Rob on Drums saying, "I struggle getting back on track like that." Rob on Drums has sympathy for Daz. He has seen that happen to him before. Fred Dude really pushing hard. He's made a mistake. Will not be the only mistake made tonight though. Silent Wolf leading the MFT charge in third place. He is 4 seconds behind the race leader Cool Dude Boy. He's only 2.5 seconds behind Silent Wolf. Let's go through the second carousel. You'll be able to see them all on the straight. Cool Dude Boy enters it now. Such a long straight here. Cool Dude Boy going down. There they are, the top three in this race. Cool Dude Boy, Fred Dude and Silent Wolf covered by 4 seconds or just over. Going through the final corners of the Nordschleife back onto the GP circuit. Cool Dude Boy leads here for Nissan. He sets his fastest lap of the race. He's setting very consistent times actually. You can see the inconsistency of Fred Dude losing time. Silent Wolf has set pretty consistent times as well. There is Bunnies in 4th place on his own, really, 29 seconds behind third. 14 seconds ahead of Illusion. So Illusion in 5th place. Pushing hard though in his Lexus. He sets the time 4 seconds off his best. Not the cleanest of laps from him. Groot as well, not having the cleanest of races himself. He's a minute down on the race leader. Daz in 7th. For his error, you can see, and Daz coming into the pits. Daz making the first pit stop of this race. Changing tactics then for Daz. And Exion has made a mistake as well. Will Exion come into the pits? Jonovan in 9th place. Going to the end of the Nordschleife with De Will leading from Speckmere by 40 seconds. De Will in a league of his own in the Group 3 class. Daz coming out of the pits. Down into turn 1. And he's gone on to mediums again. Deciding to use mediums instead of using the hards. Speckmere has got a 13.5 second lead over Speed Hunter. Pat in 13th place, just sliding that car a little bit. As Jokas is behind him, so Pat in 4th in the Group 2s. Group 3s, should I say. Speed Hunter in 3rd. Cool Dubois still leads this race from Fred Duke. The sun is getting lower on the track. Green of the hills all around this beautiful circuit. It's notorious, but it's beautiful. Thank you everyone who's watching. Oh no, Fred Dude has crashed! Fred Dude has crashed! I saw Silent Wolf get up into second. Fred Dude has crashed quite badly. At the front end, those medium tyres may be saying they've had enough, as Silent Wolf then gets himself up into second place. He's 6 seconds behind Cool Dubois. Cool Dubois was part of the winning outfit at the Le Mans Team Endurance event with Wolf Bane, but Silent Wolf won his race at Le Mans, so these two are very quick. Red Dude, after that mistake, his second mistake in 2 laps, drops himself down into 3rd. It's such a hard circuit not to make a mistake out though, so it's not all over for him. Oh, Silent Wolf didn't win at Le Mans, Cool Dubois did. As soon as I said it, Wolfbane, I thought it was wrong, but I went with it and hoped no one would notice. But obviously, you're in the chat, you know exactly what happened. You've called me out for that error. Bunnies then, 16 seconds behind Fred Duke. So Bunnies will be looking at this and thinking, well, if I keep this clean, the podium's on the cards. And Bunnies collects podiums in GT7. He's got a hatful from GTE and also from the endurance events that we've held. We'll be looking for another one here at the Nurburgring. Fantastic message on the roof of that car as well. They're just Nurburgring. Even simple. Illusion there in 5th place, sliding that Lexus out of the corners. It's got Groot, who is closing on this lap. So Groot in 6th. Illusion in 5th. Exion and Daz are very close. So Daz, I think, has lost more time. Oh no, Daz pitted, didn't he? But he's on petrol tyres, and he's not filled up with fuel either. Of course he hasn't, because he's probably able to do the end of the race. So he's used to having to do pit stop counting, but we don't need it here. We're just seeing when they pick the tyres. Sun is setting here, and Daz gets past Exion. I don't know why Exion is flashing there. It's a fairly clean move from Daz. Going down in 9th place. Leading the Group 3 field is De Will. Had a strong season in GT, finished 2nd overall. We'll be looking for more in Season 3. That elusive race win didn't happen for him. He's lapping 8:10.8 for him, compared to the fastest lap of the 7:26. So I said these cars were about 20 seconds down, they're not, they're about 40 seconds down, 44 seconds down. Spec Mir though, having a good race as well in that vehicle. Keep himself respectable. Making sure keeps pointing the right way. Speed Hunter's got himself up into third place on the road. He's only 5 seconds behind Speckmere as well, so he's hunting down Speckmere. Pat in 13th in the Mercedes, nicely riding the curbs. Got some good curb riding in that Mercedes. And Yokas is there in 14th. Trisbu unfortunately lost connection just as the race was about to start, so we are one driver down. Cool Dubois goes into lap number 5 here at the Nurburgring. Like, share and subscribe to us, the Sunday Night League. Rowling around the GP circuit. Silent has closed the gap to Cool Dubois. He's less than 3 seconds behind now, as Illusion is pitting. So Illusion pits in his Lexus. Is that a scheduled stop? More than likely. Groot has set a time of 7:38.6 for himself. Illusion in the pit, getting new tyres. Off he goes. Come out safely ahead of Daz. Turn 1. Daz is just coming off the Nordschleife onto the GP circuit. He's completed his first stop as well. So Daz in 7th, Illusion in 6th have pitted in this race. The only drivers to do so far. Exion has got Yonovan all over the back of him. Yonovan trying to make the move though. Going down towards turn number 1. Yonovan makes the move stick then. In the Nissan, although Exion is trying to put it on the outside. Trying to keep it there. Has to give up the corner. Tyre trouble, you can see his rear tyres are very warm in that Honda. Meanwhile, at the front of the GT3s, we have got the Will. This is like 55 seconds. It's a huge gap. So he puts himself, trying to get a bit faster, I think. Maybe a challenge for him now to see how fast he can go. Speed Hunter in 11th place. Is second now ahead of Speckmere. So Speckmere has lost the position to Speed Hunter. So Speed Hunter now second. Top end. Big priority for these cars. It's holding on to the car throughout the lap. There's Pat down in 13th place, just making a small error on the exit. There was dirty tyres. Yokas in 14th place. His medium started to look a bit worn out as well. But the leader of this race is Cool Dubois. Oh, and I just saw Silent Wolf make a mistake in the background, and he has. He's hit the front of his car. That's damage now. He's going to have to shake that off and wait for it to fix itself. It's not raining. No, it's not. So we've got no rain. Although the light is fading here at Nordschleife. Dubois' lead now is 10.5 seconds. This is the biggest lead we've seen throughout this race. 10 seconds here at the Nordschleife is nothing. We've seen mistakes from Silent Wolf. See what that's cost him at the next split. Tell us based on his fastest lap, but he was lapping pretty consistently. How much time has he lost after that error that saw him hit the wall? He's down through the carousel. The lap time, he made a mistake. He was putting the pressure on Cool Dubois, but has now dropped himself further back. And how much time did he lose? He lost about 8 seconds, which isn't bad considering how bad the accident looked. So Silent Wolf will be pushing hard now. He's got to put the pressure back on Cool Dubois, who we've seen before. Cool Dubois, he can withstand pressure. Withstood pressure from the best in the Sunday Night League before. He can do it again. Fred Dude in third place, the early race leader, but he made a mistake on lap number 4 and that lost him the lead. He's in third place, trying to get himself back on track. Those medium tyres though looking worn out. He will be coming in at some point, I think. Probably the end of this lap, judging by the way his car is handling. It is snapping quite a bit. Bunny's in 4th place, still on the hard tyres, keeping it pointing the right way. Trying to go with the flow. Groot in 5th place, it's losing time still. It's 1 minute 14 behind the race leader. Had an issue earlier on in the race. It's ahead of Illusion, who has gone onto the soft tyres. I said nobody else would do this in the race. Illusion has decided soft tyres for him. Now this is going to be intriguing for everybody involved. How long will these soft tyres last? They'll probably only last about 3 or 4 laps. 4 if he's very lucky. Or is there rain in the air that Illusion can see, and he's gambling on a run on the softs to bring himself back into play for an outside chance of a podium. I think the win is gone for the Illusion. He did have an issue into turn 1. Possibly will go to the stewards. Daz in 7th place. He's made a pit stop as well. He's on medium tyres again. He was running as high as 4th, but made a mistake. Oh, is Fred Dude is pitting. Those medium tyres have had enough. Maybe he should go onto the hards, because those hards are looking fantastic on Cool Dubois, considering he's halfway through this race. There's no wear on them at all. Off goes Fred Dude, and yes, he's put the hard tyres on. He said, hards are for me. Let's see what I can do. Bunnies then in 4th place, has closed up then. 6.5 seconds between him and Fred Dude. Who's in 5th? I do wonder if Groot is running to a set time in his fuel saving. Maybe not though. Illusion there in 6th place. He's on the soft tyres, so he's only done a lap on those softs, and look how warm they've already begun compared to Daz's that have done an extra lap. Daz coming across the line. Sets a 7:34.7. So back on his pace before his crash. Jovan in 8th place now. Just on his own really, half a minute behind Daz and half a minute ahead of Exion. De Will about a minute behind Exion, the same amount of time between him and Speed 100, so the Group 3 leader doing a very nice job of using that Nissan Skyline silhouette. Driving it hard. If you like what you see here at the Sunday Night League, oh, Exion has left the room. If you like what you see here, please like, share and subscribe. It really does help us at the Sunday Night League. We're here every Sunday. We've got the GT Championship starting in 2 weeks' time. We are taking seats for that. It is a driver auction as well, so impress the team bosses and you may be in the field. We've got currently 18 drivers signed up. There are 15 seats available, but those drivers do not get a race seat. Will be reserved for the season, and reserves are called upon quite often. People may have something that crops up on the Sunday night, or they know something that is happening prior to it. You will get a chance to test the car and keep yourself nimble. Pat was one of those reserves last time, and he drove for Hyundai very admirably, scoring a lot of important points and helping them to the team championship. So Pat was a huge help for that team. Some excellent drives. Currently in 4th place in the G Group 3s. He's 1:45 behind a podium, but has he made a pit stop? No, he hasn't, I don't think. Jokas has made a pit stop. He's back on the medium tyres. Could do, boy. Leading the race here at the Nurburgring. And it is getting darker. I did think it was. Boy took the lead when Fred Dude made his mistake. Fred Dude then made another mistake and dropped down to 3rd place overall in this race. The Dude boy could be trying to keep it clean. Our tyres are looking good. Silent Bull in his Lexus. He's a bit of time now to pull the boy. 40-second gap between him and Fred Dude. So Fred Dude, I think, has pitted, of course. He's got the hard tyres on now, so he's going to the end of the race on these hards. He's going to have to hope that mistakes happen for those drivers ahead of him as they start to run out of tyre. Although, you look at them and they've done half the race already, those hard tyres are not going to go anywhere. Just a risk of rain. What can we do? The 3rd place is his though, because he is keeping ahead of Bunnies. In the Honda and into carousel. First carousel, running through it very nicely. Honda actually taking it quite good well. Some of these cars don't take them particularly well. Sun is setting here though at the Nurburgring. As we're going to the night as well, probably see a few more mistakes. Oops, in 5th. Illusion is catching, so Illusion on his soft tyres is lapping a lot quicker than Groove. up. You see him just going through the left-hander. Illusions 3 seconds up on his best time. Fred Dude 7:26 in comparison to Illusion, so that lap time for Fred Dude shows how quick he was going in the Nissan. Roots in the Nissan ahead of us, but he's on hard tyres. Illusion is on the softs. He's absolutely flying. Pushing hard. That's APP for the second carousel. He's lost a little bit time actually compared to Group. So Group had a better second carousel. And down the back straight. Illusion keeping himself close to Group. Daz in 7th place. 23.7 seconds down Illusion. But he has made a pit stop, as has Illusion, but Daz is on mediums. Daz will be running longer, I think, than Illusion on these tyres. Illusion really just pushing hard. Seeing what he can do. So maybe not have the cleanest of laps. He's going in the pits. That's how long those soft tyres last. They do not last long at all. Illusion in the pits then, so that would mean that Daz will probably jump him. Daz coming through the final corners. Those soft tyres are toast, says Robin Jones. They are. They do not last very long at all at this circuit. Illusion coming out onto the track. He goes in 6th place, just ahead of Daz. So Daz 2 seconds. 1.5 seconds actually behind Illusion. Illusion on some fresh mediums, so Illusion going back onto the medium tyres. Running a different strategy to those he's racing with. Daz in 7th, Ronovan there in 8th. 9th is DeWill. So that gap between him and Speed Hunter actually is 55 seconds. That's about where it's been for the past few laps. And in fact, Speed Hunter went quicker. An 8:11.1 for Speed Hunter in comparison to DeWill's 8:12.7. So that shows there is speed with Speed Hunter. He's slowly building himself up into this race. He had a slow second lap. Specnier, consistent, keeping his pace. He's in 11th. He's not chasing anything. He's just keeping himself tidy. Jokas has left the room, so Pat now in 12th. Oh, sliding through the corners, but Cool Dude Boy, he's got a 13-second lead over Silent Wolf. Having a very good run in this Nissan. Qualified second, and was there to pounce when Fred Dude made his mistake. The sun is setting here at the Nurburgring. Silent Wolf on his own, 45 seconds ahead of Fred Dude, but Fred Dude has made a pit stop. For new tyres, but Fred Dude on the hards, which Silent Wolf has been on since the start of this race. He's got his indicators on for some reason. Through the setting sun. Sparks being kicked up. Fred Dude in third place. Wolfbane in the chat. Cool Dude Boy is one of the most improved drivers I've raced against. The switch over from GT Sport to GT7. He's become truly terrifying these days. There we go. So he's a quick driver on GT Sport, but all of a sudden, Cool Dude Boy has become a weapon according to Wolfbane. Said Cool Dude Boy is available in GTE. We're going to see some big bids for him. Driving very well here in Nordschleife. Not putting a foot wrong so far. Putting Silent Wolf in his place. Silent Wolf is a quick driver as well, so Silent Wolf, no slouch, blue flags waving. For some reason. Oh, that's Pat up ahead. So we've got Pat ahead of us. In the Mercedes. There he is. He's well out of the way. Pat's 2 minutes down on the spec meter. Spec meter on the GP circuit. Endurance Nut saying scouting eyes on. He has activated his scouting eyes. And a wall one Australian here. Speed Hunter is setting very quick times, an 8:10.2, another driver putting himself in the market for GTE. He's closing up on De Wil. The damage has been done earlier on in the race, but he's setting some respectable times now. And remember, Nordschleife is on the circuit, it's on as the last race of the season in GTE. It's the Nordschleife, not the 24-hour circuit, so do not use the GP circuit in GTE. So Cool Dude Boy going through to complete lap number 7. He has got just 4 laps left of this race. I say just 4. It's not just any 4. It's the Nurburgring 24-hour circuit. Anywhere else, it would be no problem. I thought Silent Wolf had spun there, but it's because of the weird first chicane. Yeah, it looked like a spin. But he's there, he's still setting consistent time, so he's not having too much of a push. We did see him make a mistake on lap number 5. Evening, Salek. Good evening. Unfortunately, Salek was unable to to race this one. He's just got home now as well. Pat saying, must be an achievement on its own to get locked here. My setup just isn't right. Oh, Fred Dude has just lapped, I think he's just lapped Pat. Yes, he has. So Fred Dude just lapping Pat. Currently in 3rd place, with Groot actually in 4th now, so Groot's got ahead of Bunnies. Bunnies has made a mistake on this lap. He's dropped down behind Groot, so Groot putting himself up into 4th place now. Bunny's in 5th. Yes, Bunny's losing a lot of time there. 30 seconds compared to his fastest lap. So about 27 seconds maybe. So he's had a big moment. Got Illusion on the medium tyres, just starting his first lap after his pit stop. He's pulling away from Daz, who makes his stop, his 2nd stop of the race. We're definitely seeing the pit stops hurting those drivers that are making them. So the pace actually, in comparison to making a stop and not making a stop. Oh, Jonovan having a crash. De Will in 9th place. Only 1 minute 45 behind Jonovan. So he's pushing on. Speed Hunter, he's cracking on. He's putting the lap times in. They make them quick in Mauritius. Oh, he's just run wide though. Can he keep hold of it? Oh, he does, I think. No, he doesn't. Oh. Just as I was saying, they make them quick in Mauritius, he's then crashed. He was doing so well as well. That has made him lose so much time. He's lost about 10 seconds from that. Spekmir in 11th, which is 3rd in the Group 3s. So he's still on that podium. 2.5 minutes ahead of Pat. Commentator's curse, says Endurance though. Indeed. Pat running in 4th in class. He's coming out on the medium tyres. Look at the sun. Lovely sunset. Oh, the race leader's gone off! The race leader's gone off! That means... will Silent Wolf catch up? No, not quite. But Cool Dude Boy has hit the front of his car. And Silent Wolf is only 4 seconds behind him now. The race leader has gone off. That shows anything can happen here at the Nordschleife. It is a game of survival. And Silent Wolf has all of a sudden caught up. The gap has dropped by 11 seconds in one mistake. It is a challenge for any driver to keep their concentration in this race. They've been running now an hour into this race, including qualifying. That's an extra half hour as well. There's been no rain so far, Sarlacc. No rain at this point of the race. However, it is starting to get into the sunset, and we know what happens when the sun sets on GT7. It tends to rain, apart from when it doesn't. Fred Dude in 3rd place. He's 40 seconds behind the race leader, and his teammate Groot is 45 seconds behind him. The early race leader is Fred Dude. Wolfbane saying flashbacks to GTE Season 1 of Spa. That was an epic downpour. We've not repeated anything like since though. That rain was biblical. We had drivers struggling for traction on the straights. If that happens here, it will be a nightmare. And that's part of the reason it's on GTE as well. And Sarlacc laughing. Sarlacc was one of those drivers struggling. I think he did a 3 minute slower lap time during that race due to the rain. If it rains like that here, it'll be one all over again. Oh yes, so Wolfbane was able to predict the rainfall here. Le Mans was also very wet. Green was a victim of that rain. A long way to go to put some tyres on, says Sarlacc. It is. So Green really suffered at Le Mans. He didn't pit and it rained and he was on dry tyres. That happens here. It's a long way to go, as Sarlacc has said. But he's in 5th place. Using his Honda Pacific Darkness for them. Let's go on board with Bunnies. He was left, right, and the right. going? This one is maybe. Another driver who's improved greatly can switch over from GT Sport to GT7. So collecting podiums for fun earlier in this race, but it's currently in 5th. A bit behind Brutes, a little bit ahead of Illusion, but as we've seen already in this race, anything can happen with a small error. You hit a wall, cause damage, you are going to struggle. That has hit a wall, in fact, to show. Get some damage on that front right. As you try and turn left, it's not going to like it. Sorry, that front left as you turn right. It's not going to like it so much. One event in 8th place. So he's setting that time. 7:49 for him. This is his fastest lap compared to a 7:26 of Fred Duke, who set that earlier in the race. Now, here we have something interesting. De Will is going to have to stop for fuel. He does not have enough fuel. Speed Hunter will not have enough fuel either, so these Group 3 cars can't do the full race on a tank. This race was set up with Group 2s in mind. The Group 3s have been added at a later point, and Speckmere has made a pit stop, in fact. He's got his headlights on, so it is getting dark here at the Nordschleife. There is Pat, he's got Illusion coming behind him. Cool Dubois, though, pulling out the gap again. So you can see the 12 seconds he lost on his previous lap. He's pulling away again, though, from Silent Wolf as they both go back onto the Nordschleife. So leaving the GP circuit. Onto the Nordschleife they go. On board with our race leader, Cool Dubois. To the right, left, switchbacks. Beginning of the Nordschleife. You attack the curves a little bit, but they will bite you. Tax that right hand one. And the left, and then the right here, and then the left. But he's run wide again! He's run wide again! He's got away with it. Oh, he is living on the edge at this moment in the race because Silent Wolf is catching up. 3 seconds is the gap now between the two. Small errors. Now we're into this race. If the Group 2 haven't pit, the tyres are lasting surprisingly long. Says Saleh. They are surprisingly long. Jam, stop cursing people, says Wolfbane. The curse is alive tonight. It really is. You can see Silent Wolf is now less than 3 seconds ahead of Cool Dubois. I think Silent Wolf has been off as well when I was talking about how well he was driving. He went off in the background. So it is live, is the curse. Fred Dude, say early leader in this race. He's kicking up the sparks. He's a minute ahead of Groups. Really setting lovely here in Germany. He's going quicker than his fastest lap. De Will, as Rob has said, may run out of fuel. The fuel rate is slower than normal, so the fuel rate is only times 1. But he's still got a long way to go with barely any fuel left. He has got a minute lead though, so he will get to the pit lane. And V5. He's coming towards the end of the lap. Oh, a little bit of air from the Nissan. Frenchman. I'm sure he won't run out of fuel. Who knows? Speed Hunter going a little bit slower. Now Speed Hunter trying to do the rest of this race without stopping. will be the key. Now we can see at the front of this race, to go on board with Silent Wolf. He's 1.3 seconds behind Cool Dubois. Through this fast end of the circuit, got to hit the brakes hard. Now hits them hard. Keeps it pointing the right way. We're heading towards the carousel. We're only 1.2 seconds behind Cool Dubois for the lead of this race on lap number 9. We've got 2.5 laps left of this race, but it is no ordinary circuit. It is the Nurburgring 24 hours. It is the GP circuit and the Nordschleife combined for a lap that lasts about 7.5 minutes in these Group 2 cars. Feeling the pressure from Silent Wolf. The sun is setting here at Nordschleife. Cool Dubois. I've said before, he's felt pressure from some of the fastest drivers in Sunday Night League. And he's feeling the pressure again from Silent Wolf. He's pushing hard. Forces another error, but only take a small one from Cool Dubois. Silent Wolf to pounce. Let's just have a look and check. DeWitt did make it to the pits, and he's got out, and he's on medium tyres now with half a tank of fuel. The gap between him and Speed Hunter is still pretty big. It's about 40 seconds between the two. Although Speed Hunter is pitting himself, so he's possibly going to put some mediums to finish this race on. Got the race leaders pushing hard. No, Silent Wolf! Oh, he keeps hold of it. He keeps hold of it. But it was the worst point to go off. He has made no damage to that car though. So the pressure is on between these two drivers. Dubois leading ahead of Silent Wolf. Sparks are kicking up from the Nissan. Lexus is behind. There it is. Into the final few corners of the Nordschleife, back onto the GP circuit. It's Cool Dubois. It's just a couple of seconds down on his best. Silent Wolf setting a similar lap time. Just as you were. Fred Dude has got Speckmere just ahead of him, going down the straight. Off he goes, past Speckmere. Thank you everyone that's watching already. If you have not done so already, please like, share and subscribe. It really makes a big difference to us here at the Sunday Night League. And it tells us what you like. Bunnies has caught up to the back of Root. Root having a few issues on the exit of the second carousel. Watching the Nissan driver ahead of him. He's got the tiny little wing in comparison to the wide rim wing of Root. Our closest battle in Group 2, although the lead battle is very tight as well. This is about 2 seconds closer. Bunny's in 5th, Illusion there in 6th, Daz in 7th, Donovan in 8th. The Will leads. Still got a minute lead over Speed Hunter, who did his pit stop as well. He's got a minute lead over Speckmere. He's got a 2.5 minute lead over Pat. Oh, Pat getting a bit of air coming out of the second carousel. Sometimes these cars just don't like... Oh, Silent Wolf has lost time! Silent Wolf has lost some time to Cool Dude Boy. Those tyres are looking a little bit more worn on the Silent Wolves. Not by much, but just a little bit more. Those top two drivers, those hard tyres, will be feeling it. Fred Dude is trying to set purple times. He's on the hard tyres. He's absolutely pushing like no tomorrow. Keeping himself in third place. He made a small error. He's also done a pit stop in comparison to those ahead of him. Root in fourth is feeling the pressure though from Bunnies. They're on the GP circuit. They're coming towards the end of it though. Through the chicane. There you go, back onto the Nordschleife. Bunnies is chasing hard. Making sure his price is high for GT Season 3. Group highly rated driver. Good attacking up the curves. Lots of confidence. The Bunnies. Illusion on those medium tyres. We'll be looking at the lap times and thinking, where on earth did Fred Dude get a 7:26.7? Dude absolutely flying around this circuit. Daz has done a 7 minute 30.4, so that is very fast for him as well. So set the times. He has done a stop. He's done 2 stops in fact. So he's down in 7th place now. It really is a test of endurance, this race. Jonovan 1 minute 51 behind Daz. Will 2 minutes 13 behind Jonovan, and 1 minute and 7 seconds behind Speed Hunter. Inspecmere is 8:31 behind the race leader, 1:12 behind Speed Hunter. So Pat there as well. Cool Dude Boy, very much in the lead of this race. 9 seconds, the gap between him and Silent Wolf. He's pulled out a bit more of a gap. Coming up against Speed Hunter in the Subaru up ahead. You see the difference between the two. Yep, Speed Hunter lets him by. No problem there. Let's see, we'll go on board and we'll watch Silent Wolf. He's got his teammate up ahead of him then, Speed Hunter. We go on board with Speed Hunter. See the difference between the cars, the Group 3s and the Group 2s. Speed Hunter on the soft tyres now. So he's probably going for a fastest lap in GT3 in the Group 3 cars. The second carousel, not having the bouncing problems that we saw Pat have earlier in the race. Lights are starting to come on as well. darker here at the Nordschleife. On board then with speed hunting, doing 165 miles an hour, 167. The Group 3 cars, it's pulling off, he's slowing down. There goes his teammate. Decided I'll let. Oh no! That's Pat going off on the Nordschleife. And it's the final lap of this race. Oh, we could have done 12 laps around here. I was expecting people to do pit stops. But they haven't. They've been incredibly fast. Bunnies has got past Groot. I wonder if Groot's had a bit of an accident. Fred Dude in third place, with Silent Wolf in second. Cool Dude Boy is in first place. Leading the race by 9 seconds as he goes through into the final lap. He's going through the GP circuit for the final time. Just kicked up some dirt. Won't want to be doing that too much. In second place has put on an impressive display. The fuel is flashing. It should be okay to get to the end of the race. Fred Dude in third place. It's 15 seconds behind Silent Wolf now. He's setting 7:27s consistently. And he went 12 seconds quicker than Silent Wolf on the last lap, so he's got every chance. Silent Wolf makes a mistake, he can get himself up into second. He'll be pushing for it. He comes through the 24-hour chicane. 1 minute 20 ahead of Bunnies. He's also got flashing fuel, but again, he should be okay. Groot in fifth. There in sixth, seventh is Daz, and here's Nissan. It's kind of looking very nice in this fading light. Canavan's still on the Nordschleife. De Will setting best lap times in his Group 3 leading Nissan. Been untouchable in that car. It's a very nice looking car. As we have Speed Hunter got on board with him. As we can see the lights now being used a lot more. Down the Nordschleife. You can see behind us Fred Dude chasing up behind. It's just awkward for Fred Dude, he's caught up at the wrong point. So, Speed Hunter, a little bit out drag. There he goes. There goes Fred Dude. Up in third place. Setting very fast lap times. In the end, a couple of mistakes have cost him a chance of victory. Because it was on. If he hadn't made the mistakes, he could have won this race. In the fourth place. of Bunnies. If Bunnies possibly has made a mistake. Yes, judging by the lap time he has. Groot puts himself back into fourth. Bunnies is in fifth place. It's getting darker and darker. On this final lap, Illusion in sixth. As in seventh. Donovan in eighth. Ninth place is DeWill. He's up 5 seconds on his best lap time. So he's not slowing down. Speed Hunter on his final lap. There is Speckmere. He's going to get the podium in this race. There is Pat. He just said the setup is all wrong for this circuit. Cool Dubois still leads. The sun starts to set. There we go, on board with it. Dude. Really tricky right-hander with the gravel on the outside. Is he just pedaling the throttle, being careful? He's coming towards the end of the circuit. I say he's coming to the end of the circuit. He's still got a minute and a half of the circuit left to go. What I mean is that whenever I see this part of the circuit, I think I've not got very long left. He leads by just under 8 seconds to Silent Wolf, has kept the pressure on. Fred Dude is pushing like mad. He is 11.3 seconds behind Silent Wolf. And he still says in 7:27 type pace. Oh, Groot's hit the wall. Groot is smoking again. Does that mean that Bunnies gets the opportunity? He might do, because Groot is going slowly with damage. On board with Bunnies, we can see Groot up ahead of us. Groot is damaged. Will Bunnies make the move? Yes, he does. Bunnies gets himself back ahead of Groot for fourth place. But coming through the final few corners, Cool Dubois. Oh, he smashed this. He has absolutely dominated this race. A fantastic result for Cool Dubois. Fantastic by him. Silent Wolf coming across the line now. He is second. Fantastic pressure, but setting possibly the fastest lap on the last lap. He does. It's Fred Dude with a 7:26.4. He absolutely flew in the end to try and stop that. Illusion's lost the position to Daz. But Daz has made a mistake. They are fighting for that 6th place as Bunnies is pushing hard to keep ahead of Groot as well. So we've still got drivers fighting for position. Donovan has crashed. DeWill is in 9th place. He's just come on to the Nordschleifer, so he will stay in 9th because Speed Hunter is there in 10th. And Speckmere is 11th, 12th is Pat. Bunnies, he's got Groot all over the back of him. Groot is in the slipstream as well. This is not over for 4th place in this race. We've seen the top 3 finish: Cool Dubois, Silent Wolf and Fred Dude. But what will they do between Bunnies and Groot? It is incredibly close. Groot is in the slipstream. Bunnies is defending as much as he can, but Groot, will he have the overspeed? He's going for the move up the inside. Groot does it. He goes up into 4th place. in the final few corners. Does he get the clean exit that he needs? I think Bunnies has just tapped the wall on the exit. And they cross the line. Less than half a second between the two. Fantastic racing between those two. Bunnies just crossing the line with enough fuel. Daz is in 6th place. He's 4.4 seconds ahead of Illusion. There he goes, 6th place. Illusion, 7th place. Not bad for a driver that didn't know he was in the race until very shortly before. There is our Group 3 winner. Stayed on the lead lap. De Will. And Jonovan in 8th. 10th place is Speed Hunter. Speckmere in 3rd in GT3. Great move, says Rob on Drums. Rob on Drums very admiring of the move done by Group. But there is your winner. Cool Dude Boy started 2nd. He has won here at the Nurburgring 24 hours here at the Sunday Night League. It was an 11-lap race because that's what the fuel tanks could do. And we could have had another lap. That would have made it interesting. 12 laps. Thank you very much, Rob on Drums. Great job, Jam. What a race, says Wolfbane. Fantastic result there for Cool Do Boy. That's a fantastic result for everybody involved. Well done, everyone who has watched this race as well. Everybody that has taken part. That was a fantastic race. Well done, everybody, for surviving it as well. Thank you, everyone who has watched. We are back, as I said, in 2 weeks' time for GTE Season 3. And if that was something to get your mouth watering, you can watch GTE Season 2 on our YouTube channel. You can watch all our races on our YouTube channel. Just look there. They are some fantastic races to watch. Thank you, everybody that's watched. Like, share, subscribe. And we'll see you in 2 weeks' time at Dragon Trail Gardens for round number 1 of Season 3 of GTE.